Hi guys, again. And if you've been following, we've been reading Ms Krup Cracks Me Up. And I've offed my fan because when I checked, it was really loud. So if you haven't known it, check that video before this video. This is the second one, and we were left off at chapter 3, the Gigantosaurus. Okay, if you have the book, come on, and let's have it. I'm sweating right now, so don't say sweat's coming. Also, I really wish we can have more subscribers and more than 1,000 views. At least I have subscribers. So if you have subscribers, I will sing this poem if I have in this video. If I have at least 10 subscribers, I will do on chapter 8. So that's okay. Let's do this. So, bingle boo, said our bus driver, Mrs. Cornwall, lumpness cadoodle. Bingle boo, we all said as we piled into the bus. Don't say that I'm good at Miss Cornwall language, okay? Miss Cornwall invented her own secret language. So instead of just saying hello and sit down, she says bingle boo and lumpness cadoodle. Miss Cornwall is not normal. I had to lug my sleeping bag with me because we're going to be spending the whole night in the Natural History Museum. Just what I always wanted to do. Sleep next to boring dead stuff. At least I had my Batman sleeping bag. There was some grown-ups on the bus with us too. Miss Daisy, Mr. Mackey, and Mr. Doctor were all there. Ryan's oldest doll came along with a chaperone. That's a fancy word. It means grown-up who hangs around with kids to make sure we don't have any fun. By the way, I'm not going to read those down parts. Except those really short ones, like this down part. Yeah, I'm not going to read this. I'll just read it at the end. But I'll read these kind of ones, like the short ones, okay? So, are we there yet? I asked Miss Cornwall as soon as she started driving. No, AJ, she said. I kept asking Miss Cornwall every 5 minutes if we were there yet. Anytime you're in a car or a bus, always ask if we are there yet, even if you know perfectly well that you're not there yet. That's the first rule of being a kid. It took 1,100,000 hours to get to the Natural History Museum. Pinkle Buffalobin, announced Mrs. Cornwall. When the bus finally stops, that means everybody get off the bus or I'll kill you. It doesn't say that, so don't say that. In Mrs. Cornwall's secret language. As soon as we walked into the museum, we heard an announcement. The museum will be closing in 5 minutes. Yeah, I shouted, we can go home. That means everybody else had to go home, Arlo, said Andrea. I knew that, I lied. I hate it when Andrea called me by my real name. In the entrance of the museum, I looked up and saw the most amazing thing in the history of the world. It was a huge dinosaur skeleton. That just about filled the whole room. Dinosaurs are cool. Not as cool as penguin, but still cool. Wow, everybody said, which is Mom upside down. It's a Gigantosaurus, said Andrea. He was one of the biggest meat-eating dinosaurs in the world, even bigger than a T-Rex. That's right, Andrea, said Mr. Docker. How did you know that? I read about Gigantosaurus in my encyclopedia, said Andrea, all proud of herself. He weighed 8 tons. Should have gone to Weight Watchers, I said. My mom lost 20 pounds that way. Where do you think they got a Gigantosaurus? Asked Ryan. They probably went to rent a dinosaur, Michael said. You can rent anything. Next to the Gigantosaurus was a big bear. that was standing up on its hind legs like it was about to attack it. It was cool. It was cool and scary. Ryan's mom and the other grown-ups told us to spread our sleeping bags on the floor underneath the Gigantosaurus. They went off to do boring grown-up stuff, like drink coffee and talk about the weather. What's up with that? Grown-ups are always drinking coffee and talking about the weather. I tasted coffee once. I tasted coffee once, and I thought I was going to throw up. But if they didn't drink coffee and talk about the weather, I don't know what grown-ups would do all day. They're weird. Speaking of grown-ups, I wrote a poem like that. It goes like this. Yeah, I'll read it once I see 10 subscribes. Just kidding. If you want, you can read it with me. It's right here. My dad has hair growing out of his nose. If he didn't cut it, it would reach his toes. He also has hair coming out of his ears. I tried to tell him, but he couldn't hear. Why do men grow hair in such strange places? I thought it was weird when they grow it on their faces. I remember my sleeping bag next to Ryan's, and I turned around and saw the coolest thing in the history of the world. I'm not going to tell you what it was. Okay, I'll tell you. But you have to read the next chapter, so now I'm going to blue on you. 4. Wild Yak Attack. It was a candy machine. We want candy. Everyone started chanting, we want candy. All the grown-ups came running over from where they were drinking coffee and talking about the weather. We're not here to eat candy, Mr. Doctor told us. We're here to learn about dinosaurs and natural history. I thought I could learn a lot more than dinosaurs and natural history if I had candy, I told him. No, we want candy. Sheesh, what an old grouch. Mr. Docker probably knows a lot about dinosaurs because they were don't blame about that. When he was a kid, we were all grumbling about the candy. I suddenly noticed something out in the corner of my eye. It was even more than a candy machine. It was a big brown handy animal with horns and a hump. It's on its back. It was standing very, very still right next to us. What's that? The little kid asked. I don't know, said Mrs. Daisy, who doesn't know anything. It's a wild yak, said Andrea. Who knows everything? I learned about it in my encyclopedia. Yaks live in the Tibet. That yak wasn't here a minute ago, said Michael. Maybe it just walked over. Emily, said Emily. It can't walk over, dumbhead, I said. It's dead. Emily looked like she was going to cry. That girl will cry over any old thing. Hey, I think that wild yak just moved, said the other new kid. It didn't move, I told him. It's stuffed just like the bear. But then the yak let out a weird yak sound. Ah! Yelled all the boys. Eek! Yelled all the girls. I thought I was gonna die. Everybody was freaking out. That's when the wild yak threw off its yak fur. And do you know what was underneath? A lady. She had glasses, dark hair, and a pointy nose on her belt. Wore a walkie-talkie and a flashlight. You must be the students from elementary school. My name is Ms Krups. I'll be your tour guide this evening. I almost peed my pants, said Ryan. Sorry I scared you, Mrs. Krups said. I'm just so excited that you came to spend the evening with me in the museum. We're going to have so much fun. Why were you hearing that yak? Oh yeah, I forgot. My name is Ms. Krups. I'll be your tour guide this evening. I almost peed my pants, said Ryan. Sorry I scared you, Ms. Krups said. I'm so excited that you came to spend the evening with me in the museum. We're going to have so much fun. Why are you wearing yak fur, asked Andrea. Well, the wild yak wasn't using it anymore, Miss Krups, said Miss Krups. So I thought That Ms Krup lady is weird. Suddenly the lights dimmed. The museum is now closed. The museum is now closed. Somebody said. Somebody announced. It was a little scary in the dark. Mr. Krup turned on her flashlight. We all gathered around her. The museum is a magical place at the night, she whispered, and gave us an iPad. I'm going to take you on a journey. We're going to encounter some amazing animals and see some incredible things. If you listen carefully, you can almost hear the sounds of the jungle, the forest, the desert, the mountains, the ocean. I don't hear anything, I said. She said, almost, dumbhead. By the way, that was my dad. He was just doing something, so don't notice. Andrea told me, well, either you hear something or you don't, I said. You can almost hear something. I wish I didn't hear you, Arlo. I was going to say something mean to Andrea, but then I didn't get the chance. A loud bleep, bleep sound came out of Ms Krup's walkie-talkie. We jumped. Ms Krup, a voice said, Tyrannosaurus Rex is missing. I'm on it, Chief, said Ms Krup. Kids, we've got to find Rexy. Are you ready to go on an adventure? Yes, said all the girls. Can we kill it? Asked all the boys. It's already dead, Arlo. Said Andrea, rolling her eyes. Tyrannosaurus Rex has been extinct for 60 million years. Your face stinks. I bet Ms Krup was yanking our chain about that missing T-Rex dead stuff. Can't run away. She was trying to make the more museum seem interesting. Follow me, she said. 5. The Scary Dead Zombie Buffalo. The next chapter I'm going to read last time. Goodbye. It's in 12 minutes. It's going to be quite long. And this is the 5th chapter. The Scary Dead Zombie Buffalo. So it's almost going to be 13 minutes. I'm going to do it. This is Ms Krup. See ya. 3, 2, 1.